Hey guys, it's Cody, and today I'm going to be doing my answer video for my Q&A that I announced a week ago. But before I get into that, I just want to say I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend. I hope you spent it with your family, and ate good food. Let me know down below what you guys did. Did you guys, see any of your family members? Did you guys have a barbecue? Or did you guys just sit around and, just enjoy the weekend? Just let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, this is like I said, my answer video for my Q&A that I announced a week ago, where I also announced getting up to 667 subscribers. And I want to say once again, thank you all so much for getting me up that high. It really means a lot. Thanks to everybody who has been supporting my channel for. Some of you guys have been supporting me for years, and I really appreciate that. And to all my new subscribers, thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel, and I hope you guys enjoy my new content. I've actually reached, hang on one sec. Yeah, I've actually reached 672 subscribers now, which is absolutely amazing, and I just want to say thank you all once again. Your support really means a lot to me, and it's one reason why I do what I do. I love being on YouTube. I love sharing my passion and my love for these films, and I love that you guys enjoy my videos, and it really means a lot. And I can't say thanks enough. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm just going to be reading down the questions, down the comments. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First question is from the Krynoid Man, and he said, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Krynoid. If I got that wrong, I apologize. But he said, I noticed that you've talked about comedy teams such as Laurel and Hardy, the Three Stooges, and the Little Rascals. So my question is, what other comedy teams of that era do you like? And by the way, congratulations on getting 666 subscribers. I love a lot of great classic comedies. The Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, and the Little Rascals. They were ones that I've been enjoying for years. As far as comedy teams goes, there aren't any other comedy teams that I've really got into. I wanted to get into Abbott and Costello, but I just never did. I have yet to see a single one of their films. But if you're talking about like classic comedy like shows and things like that, I Love Lucy is a classic one. I do have a DVD of the Red Skelton Show, some episodes of that, and I do enjoy that a lot. As far as I do have a box set of the Charlie Chaplin films, and I enjoy him as well. So I do enjoy a lot of different classic comedy, comedic actors, the classic ones. But as far as comedy teams goes, those are the only teams that I enjoy, that I've gotten into. But like I said, I would like to get into more of them, like Abbott and Costello, or the Marx Brothers. I would enjoy getting into those. But as of right now, Laurel and Hardy, the Three Stooges, and the Little Rascals are the only teams that I watch right now. Alright, now the next few questions are from Katie Hopcraft, and her questions are, what are your favorite musicals? I love, The Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite films. Little Shop of Horrors, I guess you would call it a remake. See what else. I don't really watch a whole lot of musicals, to be honest. I enjoyed Grease. That's a classic one. Yeah, but there's only a few other musicals that I enjoy, but I really don't watch. It's not that I don't like musicals; they're just not one of my favorite types of films to watch. But I'm always open to checking out any more musicals. So if you guys have any good recommendations, West Side Story is another one that I watched that I really did enjoy. But if there's any other good musicals that you guys would recommend besides The Wizard of Oz, West Side Story, and Little Shop of Horrors, let me know. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. That one's hilarious. But yeah, if you guys have any other recommendations for musicals, feel free to let me know, because I'm always interested in checking out the really good ones. Annie. Annie's another really good one that I enjoy. Alright, her next question is, what do you think of the Alien vs. Predators movies? I think I've only seen the first one, and I thought it was fun. I mean, I didn't think it was anything great, but it's really what you're expecting in a movie. It's like Freddy versus Jason. You know, you don't really expect a whole lot from it, except for it's two classic horror icons, fighting it out, and that's basically what you're getting with Alien versus Predator. You got two classic sci-fi, horror creatures battling out, and they're fun for what they are. They're somewhat cheesy, but they're just fun movies to watch. They're not great, but I enjoy them. I haven't seen Requiem yet. What are your top 10 cult films? I watch a lot of horror cult films. As far as just cult movies goes, I guess you would call Harmony, if you would call Harmony Korine's films cult films. I guess you would say that. I would say Kids, even though he didn't direct that one. Gummo. Um, I guess The Lost Boys is considered a cult film, but that's more horror. Um, I enjoy more independent horror films like the August Underground films, but those are more cult exploitation films. Um, it's really hard for me to decide what is considered a cult film and what is considered like a horror movie or something, because a lot of cult classic films are considered classics today. So I really can't give you a top 10 list um, because I can't really decide on which ones like I said, the Lost Boys. I love that movie, and I think it was considered more of a cult classic film, but it's now just considered a horror classic because now so many people know about it, and now it's considered just a huge classic. So I really couldn't say a top 10 cult films. I know that doesn't really answer your question, but I really can't, because it's just kind of hard for me to decide. You know what I mean? So forgive me for not answering that question correctly. The next one is, what is the worst horror movie you have ever seen? What is it? The Devil Inside? I think that's what it's called. I hated that movie. Um, Probably the worst ending to a found footage type possession movie, in my opinion. Yeah, it's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah, the Devil Inside. I hated it. What is your favorite horror villain? Michael Myers. He was one of the. He wasn't one of the first, horror icons that I saw. I saw Halloween when I was 8, and I just absolutely love. I love the fact that he's so dark, he's so mysterious, and in the first Halloween film, you hardly don't know anything about him, and I just love how he can just stand there and not do anything and still be incredibly creepy. And then as the series goes on, you find out more and more about him, and his character, he gets more complex, I guess, is a good way of describing it. But yeah, Michael Myers has always been my favorite. So thank you, Katie, for your questions. And once again, I'm sorry I couldn't really answer the top 10 cult, because a lot of movies that some people would consider cult films, they're now considered classics because they have so many fans. So it's kind of hard for me to answer, top 10 cult films. Now the next I cannot pronounce the name of the next channel, so I'll just read it out. LEBARBUFAIT Sun Cinema. Sorry, man, I can't pronounce the name of your channel. But he says, congratulations to all subscribers. It is well deserved. Thank you very much. I discovered your channel recently. Here are my questions. What is the killer of horror movies that you prefer? Do you mean like what is my favorite? What is the killer of horror movie? You mean like what like out of Jason, Freddy, Michael Myers, Chucky, and Leatherface? Like out of those, what do I prefer, or what kind of killer? Um, out of all the killers in horror films, I would say Michael Myers is my favorite one. But if you're talking about what kind of killer, I would say definitely ones that that are incredibly creepy. You hardly don't know anything about them until later on, maybe in the film or in the series, and you never know when they're coming. You never know when the next kill is going to happen. I love those type of characters. I also really enjoy really complex characters in some ways. I know I said that I like killers that you don't know a whole lot about, um, and that are mysterious. But then I also said that I like them complex. And what I mean by that is I like when you don't know anything about him to begin with, but then as you find out more about them, then you learn so much about them, and it's just like wow, you know what I mean. I guess it's kind of like normal, like serial killers in real life, because usually, if you notice, some of the most notorious serial killers are usually the ones that they were the quiet ones. They're the ones that you would never expect, and then when you find out about them, you're just like, wow, they actually did that. So those are the type of killers that I like. The ones that they're very mysterious and you don't know anything about, and then as the movie or as the series goes on, they get you learn more about them, and you learn their life story, and then you start to understand why they were so messed up to begin with. So I like those. I like those type of killers. His next question is, what is your favorite item you have in your collection? Ooh. Probably the Halloween The Complete Collection, the 15-disc box set, because when I first found out that was coming out, that was like my number one thing. And, Halloween fans have been waiting for years for a good Halloween box set. There has been box sets released before the first 8 movies, but they haven't been released in America. I know one was released in the UK that had the first 8 films. So the Complete Collection was the first like major box set of all the movies, Rob Zombie's films, and almost all the special features. There were some special features that I wish they would have included, like the Halloween 25 Years of Terror documentary and the Halloween The Inside Story documentary. But out of all that, I'd say the Complete Collection box set is, as of right now, my top favorite item in my collection. And alright, so moving on down page. Next question is from Shay Knight. She says, congrats, here are my questions. What's your zodiac sign? I'm a Virgo. Sorry, I'm tired, guys. I'm a Virgo. Biggest pet peeve? I worry a lot about things. Usually when things are going on in my life that I can't control, worries me a lot. And sometimes I jump to conclusions because I'm trying to find an answer into something. Like if I don't know how something's going to turn out, I start to think about how it might turn out, and then I jump to conclusions, and I start thinking, oh, what happens if this happens, or what happens if, and then it really starts getting to me. So I worry a whole lot about different things. So that's probably my biggest pet peeve. Do you believe in ghosts? Yes, I do. I know some of my family members who have actually seen ghosts. Like my cousin Spencer has actually seen the ghost of our grandfather. And I do enjoy watching shows like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventures, and I know that some of that is staged, but for the most part, I do believe that ghosts really exist. Because the way I see it, you have so much energy inside you that after you die, it's got to go somewhere. It's not just gonna. I don't think that it'll die with your body. I think it goes somewhere. For some people, if you believe in if you believe in a higher power, or if you believe in something like that, then that's where you go. But I personally believe that if there's things in the life of the person that died that they did not do, then I believe that they will continue to walk the earth. Like for instance, I remember watching a good episode of Ghost Hunters, and they were talking about a woman who passed away, and she lost her daughter, and after she died, her ghost still kept going around the house or the building that they were in, and as if she was still searching for her daughter. So I think if, as they say in the movie Casper, which is one of my favorite family films. As they say in the movie Casper, if a ghost has unfinished business, or if they have something that they feel like is left undone or unfinished, then I believe that the spirit of that person will continue on as a ghost, and they will remain on Earth until they believe that what is unfinished will become finished. And for some of them, unfortunately for some of them, their unfinished business will remain that. It will remain unfinished, and they will remain on Earth. But I do believe in ghosts, and I know a lot of people, they don't believe in that stuff at all, but I mean, that's just what I truly believe. And the final question is from Blue for Life. Congrats on 666 subs. You're an awesome YouTuber and person. Thank you very much. My question is, what's your top 10 horror movies of all time? I've done videos talking about my top 10 favorite ones, but I'll just go ahead and list them off again. We got Halloween, Child's Play, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Sleepy Hollow, Suspiria. I wouldn't call Gremlins a horror film. A lot of them are really the main classic ones, like Friday the 13th, Phantasm. I absolutely love that film. 13 Ghosts, the remake. I really do enjoy that. A lot of movies that I really enjoy are movies I grew up with. They're not necessarily great movies. Like 13 Ghosts, the remake, is not really it's not considered a great movie, but I grew up with it, and that's why it's one of my favorite ones. The Haunting is another one of my favorites. And I'd say Trick or Treat is getting up there. I don't know if I'd say it's in my top 10, but it's definitely one of my favorite ones. And I think that's 10, right? Yeah, I think so. But if not, then I have done a video talking about my top 10 horror films. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. So if you want to check it out, because there's so many horror movies that I just absolutely love. There are some films that I've grown up watching, and then there are some films that I've recently discovered that I'm now loving. And I think I'll eventually do like an updated top favorite horror films, but until then, I'll leave a link down below to my top favorite horror films of all time. But yeah, guys, that's all the questions I was asked. And like I said earlier in the video, I'm kind of tired right now. So, if I didn't make as much sense, I tried to make as much sense as I could in this video. But like I said, there are some of these questions are just things that I didn't really have straight answers for. My top favorite cult films. It's really hard for me to decide on what is considered a cult film and what is considered like a horror film. As far as top 10 horror movies, I've done videos on my channel a lot, so if you want to check those out, feel free to. But yeah, guys, thanks to everybody for your questions. I really do appreciate it. And you guys picked a lot of really great questions, so thank you all. And yeah, once again, thank you all so much for getting me up to 672 subscribers. That is absolutely awesome, and I cannot thank you guys enough. It really means a lot, and thanks. So, sorry. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Once again, thank you guys so much for all these questions. I'll be sure to be back on here again soon. I'm not working very much this week. I'm only working one day this week, so I've got plenty of time to shoot videos. So you'll be seeing 2 or 3 more videos this week. But anyway, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to everybody for subscribing. I really appreciate it, like I always say, and I hope you guys have a great day.